Hi everyone, Pastor Will here. Welcome to the forum preview and this week we're going to talk about the Florida Bahamas Synod Vision to Action grant and Emmanuel's Ministry Innovation Lab. The thing that we've created out of the Vision to Action grant to help us communicate and educate better the congregation and our surrounding community. The Gospel of Luke says, "And no one puts new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins and will be spilled, and the skins will be destroyed. But new wine must be put into fresh wine skins." So what is this Vision to Action grant? This is a thing that the Synod calls V2A. What's it all about? Well, there are times when congregations prayerfully determine that their ministry has been completed in a particular location. And when a congregation turns over its assets to the office of the bishop, sometimes the best decision is to sell some or all of those assets so that the proceeds can be used to fund new initiatives. And that's what's happened with this program called Vision to Action. It was established as the mechanism for taking funds from those asset sales of churches that have closed and putting them into new, vibrant, and innovative and growing ministry, putting new wine into fresh wineskins. And so these grants, they're all about helping congregations launch innovative new ministries that are inviting people into a relationship with God through Jesus Christ and to help expand the church, to help grow the church. And they address different topics. One of the goals is to make disciples. Another is to share Christ. Another is to grow vital congregations, do justice, intentional diversity. And so Emmanuel put a grant in to create what's called a Ministry Innovation Lab. Basically, it's a media studio that we can leverage as a congregation to communicate better with each other and to communicate that message of knowing Christ and making Christ boldly known to our members and to the rest of the community. And so this Vision to Action grant, it supports this out-of-the-box thinking because the church is in a world now, as we know, that's rapidly changing. The culture, the landscape is rapidly changing. So basically, the grant is to go towards intentional evangelism, inviting new communities to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. And so the question became for us is, how do we get that message of making Christ boldly known? How do we make Christ boldly known to the community, both in and outside of Emmanuel? And one of those ways was through the Ministry Innovation Lab, through this media studio. So we're going to show you a video that explains the Vision to Action process more, and then we're going to do a short tour of the studio itself. So go ahead and watch.
Vision to Action is a granting entity of the Florida Bahamas Synod. A total of up to $600,000 in grants is available to qualifying churches and organizations launching innovative and transformative new ministries, offering opportunities for intentional evangelism and growing the church. Priorities for grant-making are published each year, based on goals that were established through a synod-wide listening and planning process. This year, the top 5 goals identified by our synod are sharing Christ, focusing on creating community, vital congregations, developing congregations and organizations as innovation centers, making disciples, refocusing congregational practices on discipleship and lifelong learning rather than membership, doing justice, identifying community organizations for partnerships, and intentional diversity, growing churches and organizations that are active in their communities. Think of the goals as a framework for your creativity and design. Think big. Think outside the box. Think collaboratively. Dream with other congregations and ministry partners. For more info on the goals and example projects, take a look at our V2A intro guide. Vision to Action, where innovation meets evangelism to grow God's church.
Okay, we're here on the west side of the Welcome Center coming in, and this is how you get to the Ministry Innovation Lab. You come in here, and as we know, that's the way to the narthex where they're continuing to work on the sanctuary. You make a left here, you can come down all the way past the robing room here, past the choir room here, and you hang a left into this corner here past the bathrooms, and you're at the Ministry Innovation Lab. And so we'll walk in here. We're storing a few things from the sanctuary appeal, but here we have the camera that we use here. And of course I can't get this open. Oh wait, there we go. We'll open that up. Oh, nope, that's those microphones. We'll come over here. And here's the lab. It's a pretty bare bones setup, but it works good for now for what we're doing. We've got our green screen. We've got a couple lights that we've had to buy to help us look pretty in front of the camera here. Little setup here. And then we've got Aiden Capps, our AV coordinator here working. We got a new computer system because when you're filming, you have editing software, and it takes a pretty powerful computer to be able to do that. So we got a new computer in here, and we got some internet hardwired down there so that the internet will go well for him to upload the videos. But this is basically it. We usually have the camera out front here. We were using it to film Torah Tuesday, but this is where most of the magic happens. And this is where Aiden edits his videos. And we're continue to improve this area as the needs see fit. But this is what works well for us now, and it's able to help us produce these forum previews and other things to come. So this is the Ministry Innovation Lab. So that is the Vision to Action granting process from the Florida Bahamas Synod and the Ministry Innovation Lab here at Emmanuel. And I just want to invite you to join us this weekend for the forum, 4 o'clock on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. We'll meet in room 101 in Rao Hall, and then we'll walk down the hallway here, and you'll get a short little tour of the lab. And members of the Vision to Action team will be available to answer any questions you have about the grant and the process and the lab itself. And we welcome your ideas and your feedback of what we could be doing with this lab, this studio, to help know Christ and to make Christ boldly known in the Venice area and beyond. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please go ahead and like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that as well. It's free, and we'll see you next week on the Forum Preview. Take care. God bless. God is with you.